If you have around $800 to spend on a new gaming PC, let me tell you that you can get a system for 1440p resolution that will be able to play every single game high to ultra settings with no issues. And don't worry, because I will tell you the estimated performance for this system in case you are interested in buying one of these for Black Friday or right now. Which, by the way, I will also talk about whether or not you should build this PC now or wait for Black Friday. All the links for these components for you to build this PC will be in the video description. With that being said, let's start. First, let's talk about the CPU. We have the AMD Ryzen 5 5600. This is a great budget CPU going for $130, and honestly, at 1440p resolution, this CPU is going to be amazing, especially for the GPU that I have for you today. The Ryzen 5 5600 is a 6-core 12-thread processor that is going to be amazing not only for gaming but also for streaming. Then for the CPU cooler, we have a budget aftermarket CPU cooler for just $19 that is going to get the job done and is going to maintain the noise levels down for our Ryzen 5. And then for the motherboard, we have the ASRock B550M Pro 4. It has all the features that we need for gaming and it's only $90. It also has more than one M.2 slot, which means that down the line, if you want more storage, you can always upgrade. Then for the memory kit, we have 16 gigs of DDR4 memory. For gaming, this is going to be enough, and I would recommend 32 gigs of RAM if you're thinking of streaming or doing a lot of multitasking while gaming. Keep in mind that the upgrade to 32 gigs of RAM is going to be about $20 more expensive. Then for the storage, we have a 1TB Gen 4 SSD, which is the standard for gaming. And remember, as I said before, the motherboard has more slots, so down the line, if you feel like 1TB is not enough, you can always upgrade, but I believe 1TB is enough for most people. Then for the graphics card, and the most important component when it comes to gaming performance, we have the AMD Radeon RX 6800. This GPU has 16 gigs of VRAM and it's going to be a beast for 1440p resolution. On the latest test I was able to find with the latest games, on a 15 game average on high to ultra settings at 1440p, the RX 6800 was able to average over 90 FPS. And in this test, we can find games like The Last of Us Part 1, Hogwarts Legacy, Spider-Man Remastered, Cyberpunk 2077, so really high demanding titles, and the fact that the 6800 was able to average over 90 FPS at 1440p is amazing. You can also play at 4K resolution if you want, depending on the game and depending on the settings. But for the most part, at 4K, you can have a 60 plus FPS on average experience if you play on high settings. And if you want to play easier to run games such as Valorant, Fortnite, CS2, and games of that nature, you will be able to average way over 144 FPS. So if you want a 144 or 165 Hz 1440p monitor, feel free to buy one, or even a 240 Hz one if you play really easy to run titles on the lowest settings. And then on that 15 game average I mentioned before, but this time at 1080p, 6800 was able to average over 120 FPS, so really good for 1080p as well. You will be achieving higher FPS if 1080p is your resolution. So with this GPU you can play at 1440p and 1080p high FPS, and of course 4K. Then for the case, we have the Fantex Eclipse G300A with 3 pre-installed fans in the front for $45. You can also install one extra fan on the back if you want. It's not necessary, the airflow is going to be amazing. This case looks great as well. The quality is there for just a $45 case that's going to get the job done, and it has a front mesh panel for that great airflow. So in terms of CPU and GPU temps, you will have no issues, and you will have no issues with thermals overall. And last but not least, the power supply. We have a 600 watt 80 plus gold power supply from Apivia. This one is CT rated, meaning that it's going to be good quality for this type of build. The total price for this PC build when I'm recording this video is $810, and if you want to stay below $800, you can take out the aftermarket CPU cooler and use the stock one from AMD, which is going to be enough. But if you want a more quiet experience, the aftermarket CPU cooler is going to make a difference. And then if you have more money to spend and you want a more upgradable system, I do recommend you upgrading the CPU motherboard combo for the Ryzen 5 7600 and a B650 motherboard. The total price for this upgrade, since you must upgrade the RAM as well to DDR5 memory, is going to be around $150 more expensive, and the total price will be $950. But you will be getting a better CPU performance, and this is helpful especially in simulators like Flight Simulator for example, and CPU demanding titles in general. But if you have just $800 to spend, trust me, go with the other version of this system for just $800. It's going to do an amazing job at 1440p, 1080p and 4K resolution, so all resolutions at this price point. And I don't think you should wait for Black Friday, since the 6800 is already on a discount, and this whole PC for $800 is a total steal, so I highly recommend you buying now. But if you want to wait, you can wait another week or so and see if the prices are even lower. Don't worry about it, I will be updating updating you with another video for Black Friday. And if you want to see the early Black Friday PC builds, you will have that one in the top right of the screen, where I talk about PC builds for every single budget. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I will try to reply as fast as possible. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.